Recently at Sunflower Bank, I had the opportunity to sit on a committee where we did a recognition for the different departments and operations to give a reward for metrics, which is what we use to base on all of our performance evaluations between department against each other in a competition. We use a program currently called Pathway, and what Pathway is designed to do is to integrate the front lines, which would be like your teller line, your CSR line, to the back lines, which is all your operations, so that each one has an open communication between the two to help better the customer experience. So when Pathway was brought on, the tellers and CSRs, if anybody wanted to do a product type change or wanted to change a cycle date, the old system used to just basically email the department that was working that and say, hey, this customer would like to change such and such. So it was kind of a tedious thing. There wasn't a lot of good record keeping, so you never knew exactly when somebody requested something and what was done as the eventual result. So Pathway was brought on as a tool that we use that the teller line and the CSRs can enter in all the information of what they're requesting, and then it's kind of routed to the different departments to finish their request. And everything's kept, a record of everything, when everything was requested, when the final result was, product type changes, statement cycle dates, and so forth. So the way the bank measures performance is we use what's called SLA system, which is a hourly system of when something is requested, we're required to, within a certain time period, complete that request. So if a product type is changed in the morning at 8 o'clock, we have until 5 p.m. that day to get it done. We're a promise keeper. We say, if you want this done, we'll get it done same day as long as we have, the time requirements. So what Pathway does is not only records every incident that's created for any type of request, it's measured in time, and then we have a percentage. You take the number that were completed within that time frame minus the ones that weren't, and you get a percentage. So between the competition, what we did as a whole is each department, at the end of a quarter, all their incidents were added up, and they were subtracted from the ones that didn't make the time frame, and that was your overall percentage. So if you had, let's say, 1,000 incidents from the first quarter, you finished 900 of them, your SLA percentage would have been 90%. And the highest team who had the percentage at the end of the first quarter would have been our first quarter winner. So the criteria was that they had to have a minimum of 500 Pathway incidents, they had to be required or completed within 90% of the time frame, and the highest one, each of them got a reward. So our group, the Quality Assurance Group, was actually the first quarter winner of this year, which is an annual thing that we do. So coming the beginning of January, we'll start it over again. But our department won because we completed our percentage in 96.7%. As a statistic, we had in the first quarter alone almost 6,000 incidents. So if you think of product type changes, cycle requests, missing statements, all of those incidents were closed within 96.7% of our time frame. So it was a really good award for us to win. It gives us the recognition that we deserved because our department works hard every single day, and we are the promise keepers to say that if you want something done within that day, we try to guarantee that